now, and one that has people in 3 different counties really upset. We're talking about the whole car tab controversy, which has turned into a Senate investigation of Sound Transit. So did Sound Transit break the law by meddling in the campaign for ST3? That is a question that we're trying to figure out tonight. King 5's Heather Graf reports on lawmakers' latest push for some answers.
Round 2.
I'd have to do the mental math.
Of the state Senate investigation into Sound Transit and ST3. The $54 billion ballot measure that voters approved last fall to pay for mass transit expansions in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties.
I've gotten emails from folks who voted for ST3 and feel absolutely sideswiped by the lack of information they received and how much they were going to be paying.
Senator Steve O'Ban called for this legislative probe in response to public outcry over car tab fees that doubled and in some cases tripled once the new ST3 taxes kicked in.
You're aware of that, right? That there's been a public reaction?
And on Thursday, the Senate Law and Justice Committee focused on Sound Transit's relationships with pro-transit advocacy organizations like the Transportation Choices Coalition.
Did you intentionally collude in any way with any of these organizations?
No, Senator.
Sound Transit staffers were also grilled about the release of 173,000 personal email addresses belonging to Orca cardholders that were given to the group in charge of the ST3 campaign. Something Sound Transit explains as a mistake that was made while filling a public disclosure request, rather than an intentional violation of campaign laws.
We certainly didn't want to do something that was wrong.
Now, the issues that some of the senators raised today have been reviewed very thoroughly, and there have been findings by investigating entities such as the Attorney General that there was no wrongdoing by Sound Transit.
And while the Democratic senators in this room seem to believe that,
we certainly didn't hear any testimony today that would suggest that there was knowing deception.
Their Republican colleagues insist
Many voters did not properly understand.
Something with Sound Transit is off track. Heather Graf, King 5 News.
So now that these investigatory hearings are finished, the Senate Law and Justice Committee could ask the state attorney general to review or to check out their findings, right? But it's more likely that Republican lawmakers will introduce new legislation when they indeed return to Olympia, legislation that seeks greater oversight of Sound Transit.